What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Nicholas YouTube channel. And before we get to Chris's interview, I guess I got a little explaining to do. There's actually two videos in here. There's his Week 1 states and his Week 2 states. Now, between Week 1 and Week 2, the deck list is just one card difference. So just watch the video. This in the second part, he tells you what it is. So make sure you pay attention to that one. But this is the list that he played in Week 1, which he actually won his states, and then Week 2 he actually got second out of states. So as you see, it is a Yveltal Dark Ice Sizer deck, and I guess the kind of weird card in this list is the Guesses, which Guesses is of course your opponent reveals his or her hand and shuffles all item cards found there into his or her deck. And then you draw number cards equal to the number of item cards your opponent shuffled into his or her deck. So this is really good against Flare on turn 1 in Night March. If you can just Guesses them turn 1, you basically discard, you get rid of all their trainer cards, and usually Night March or Flareon are playing like 3 or 4 supporters and all trainers. So if you can do that early, you usually just win the game. And besides that, the deck's pretty much straightforward. The interviews are really good, so make sure you watch them. And thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Nicholas YouTube channel. We're doing another States and Questions with...
I guess we're talking to Chris Collins.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Utah.
So where'd you play at last weekend?
I played at Idaho.
Okay, and how'd you do there?
Won the whole thing.
Oh, congratulations, sir.
Thanks.
Alright, so how'd you do in Swiss?
I went 4-1-1 in Swiss. Here, I got my rounds, just right here.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I went 4-1-1, lost to a Toad Puff because he got a Clutch Zerosic when I was item locking him. I'm just like, oh, no, I was just like, nope. And then my tie was against the Yveltal Toad Garb because, yeah, it was just a really tough matchup. It was really intense.
Okay, so it wasn't like the last round, so you had to like win out or something?
Well, no, it was, yeah, so if you want me to go through it, I can.
Yeah, you can, yeah, that'd be cool.
So round 1, I was up against the Machamp, and I'm playing Yveltal Toad Garb, so I'm just like, okay, whatever, we'll do. That was a pretty easy matchup. Then round 2 was the Toad Puff I lost to. It was only we only got to play one game because game 1 was just like super long. And then I tried to play for the tie, but I just couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
And then round 3, I'm up against Mega Manetric Fighting. He played 2 Mewtwo and no DCE, so what I would do was just Lysander up the Mewtwo, and then just item lock him, and he's just like, oh crap, that thing's going down.
And he didn't learn? So like, the next games he still put down Mewtwo, so like he didn't learn his lesson?
Yeah, he's just, and then I'm just like, well, the one game I lost against, because game 2 I lost against him, and the only reason why was because I was getting so hasty, and I just Colress and I draw my deck, and I'm just like, can I take that back? He's like, nope, you already played it. I'm like, yeah, I was getting really hasty because, like, well, the round before I was playing like so slow, and now I'm like, all right, I gotta play fast. Oh, there goes my deck. Okay.
Okay. At Nationals one year, this guy Juniper counted 7, and he was like, "Can I take that back?" And I was like, "No way, buddy."
My goodness.
It
happens so often. It's like if you're like playing against like just like a random player, and they're just like, "Oh crap, bro! Come on, man! No, don't do this." It's just like a win's a win, man.
Exactly. All right.
And then round 4, I was up against a Flareon, just freaking wrecked that thing. And then round 5 was the Yveltal Toad Garb.
Okay.
That was Claire Chang, if you know who she is.
No, I'm iffy on the West Coast, on the West area.
Yeah, exactly. And then you know who Brandon Jones is, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was my round 6, and he was playing Donovan, and he's dead drew like so hard, and but even then, I like my Donovan matchup, so I was okay with it.
I mean, with Toad and Yveltal, you should easily just kind of beat that deck.
So yeah, I went 4-1-1 in Swiss.
Okay, so how was your top cut games?
I gotta tell you this, like all 3, like 2 of the 3, it was too close for comfort, like all of them. My top 8 was against Night March, and I'm like, alright, this is a pretty easy matchup, just bring up the baby Yveltal, Z your Oblivion Wings, get your carry on, let's go. But when you luck sack, I mean, you can't stop that. But so all 3 games I start off just like dead drawing and I have a Darkrai in the act and I'm just like pass.
Oh.
And then what happened was I was able to game 2, I won that pretty dominantly, even though I dead drew. I'm like, then I just drew the June for him. I'm just like, yay. Okay. And then so game 3, he was dominating that whole game. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there goes my tournament. He's got it. But then so I have an N in my hand. I'm playing like I got this Endo 1. We're gonna ride off this. And then I top deck a Verbank because he had Dimension Valley out.
Yeah.
And I top deck a Verbank, and he doesn't have any Joltex. He just has Pumpkaboos. And then just DCEs all around. No 3 energies anywhere.
Okay.
So I popped the Verbank, and then I remember since I was dead drawing that whole the beginning of the game, I just started attaching to a Darkrai at the beginning of the game. And just started to pass.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, there. And then and there was a Mew on the bench with 60, and there's a Mew in the active with 50, and my Darkrai has 2 energy on it. Attach the energy to the Darkrai, pop the Verbank, play the end, and then he goes down to 1. He needs to draw the energy to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just able to retreat, Night Spear the active one, knock it out, do 30 to the other Mew, so it goes to 90.
Okay.
And then he's like, do you have the energy? And he's just like, no, I don't have the energy. Like, he was like at 1 prize, and I'm at 4. and I just double Night Spear for the game.
That's perfect.
I know, it was just like, that was insane. It was definitely the best match I played all day, for sure. Top 4 was against Yveltal Toad Garb. Game 1, I just freaking wrecked him. Game 2, he barely squeaked out the win. And then game 3, it came down to I end him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like late in the game, he had 2 prizes left. And we were all in the Yveltal War and all that crap. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So we were all in the Yveltal War. And he needed to top deck. He needed a Lysander and a Laser to win.
Okay.
And he would be drawing the 2, and then I'm like, and then besides that, he was just dominating that game though, and I was just able to retaliate. That's it. And I wasn't able to really keep the momentum that I had. He was definitely in the leading position, but I barely squeaked out that game too. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? And then my top 2 game was against a Toadpuff Victini. And the Victini's important because he started with it, and I started with my Toad, and I'm just like, here we go, man, you're done, man.
Yeah.
And then those were 2 very easy games because I was just able to win the exchange with Quakey Punch.
Mm-hmm. So you had a rough top 8 and top 4, but the finals was pretty easy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, so in your list you played Getsus.
Oh,
so how
dude,
good was
so
that?
So OG. Oh my gosh. So, you know how I said I wrecked that Flareon?
Yeah.
So for that Getsus, so I would do some games, I'm like, alright, I got the Jirachi out, and I got into the Getsus, against Flareon. You just Jirachi for the Getsus, turn 1, and they just cry after that. It has so much synergy with Seismitoad as well. I saw this post on Burbank saying here's your Flareon counter, it's Getsus. I'm like, okay, I can roll with that.
Oh, Burbank, you helped me once.
I know exactly.
Oh, it's like a diamond in the rough kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm not even sure if he was being serious. He's just nothing counters Flareon. Use Getsus. I'm like, okay.
Oh no, that's all 6 of my cards.
That's exactly what happened against Flareon. Exactly.
Alright, so what was your favorite matchup to play against?
Well, context clue says Flareon, so...
Okay, so what would be your worst matchup to play against?
That's a tough one. I had does Pyro count?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Pyro was my worst matchup for sure. Oh, never mind. Screw Pyro. Fairies. Of course, fairies. Yeah.
Which fairies? Gardevoir or whatever the other one is, Florges.
Florges is harder, but Gardevoir is no picnic either.
Yeah, true. So, how many points are you at right now, then?
After Idaho State, that put me at 442.
Oh, man, you're up there, aren't you?
Yeah, after the rankings update, I should be 4th in North America, so I'm looking good for that top 16.
All right, very nice. So how'd you end up doing the other regionals besides this one?
Oh, dude, regionals is just like cancer for me. I hate regionals. But I mean, like everybody said, I placed like really well, but in my heart, I knew that I didn't. So I was at SoCal regionals, and I'm like 501. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make cut. I'm gonna make cut. And the only way I wasn't gonna make cut was like if I lost my last 2 games. I lost my last 2 games, as you might assume. But my first loss was against my first loss. I was playing Brizzy and Genesect, and my first loss was against the Seismitoad Slurpuff, and my heart just like sank so low. And I just like threw my bag across the room. I'm a crybaby and all that type of stuff.
No, I was in the same position too when I used to lose to Seismitoad VG. You're like this.
Well, yeah, he was. I mean, praise the Lord for crushing hammers, because that's how he won. But after that, I realized that there's no such thing as an auto loss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why it's weird. Like people are saying, like, VG is gonna beat Toad this week, and I know it. I'm like, man, y'all.
It does. It's just when your opponent luck sacks, it's really hard.
I mean, exactly. Yeah, that's
that's Toad Pup for you. So I don't know.
Yeah, true. Okay, so how many points did you get from cities this year?
I got 180 because Volky's my man. Yveltal Hard Charm, the bro.
Yeah, it's so good. So are you gonna go to any more states?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Well, Utah States is gonna be this weekend, so I'll probably be there, and I should be hitting up New Mexico. We still have to work that out.
Okay. And are you gonna switch decks, like any new decks, like pique your interest, or are you gonna stick with Yveltal?
I like Yveltal, but besides that, I'm not gonna share that with you right now.
Oh, secrets! I love it.
Dude, I'm spoopy. I'm spoopy, bro.
Alright, you want to talk about anything else from this weekend?
I don't know. My friend in seniors played Getis. He's like, dude, Getis sucks. I'm like, just play it. He got finals at the tournament.
Did he win with it?
He just like hugs me. What?
He won with it?
No, he got second with it.
Ah, okay, but still.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, what a scrub. He got second. Yeah, besides that, shout outs to Daniel Lynch for the deck, and shout outs to Dane Carlson because he's desperate.
Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and congratulations once again.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Alright, man. Take care.
Alright, see ya.
Alright. Okay, guys. So as you just saw, we just did Chris's week 1 interview, but now a couple milliseconds later, he has his week 2 interview. So how'd you do week 2, buddy?
So I was at Utah State and I got second.
Oh, okay. So first and second, very nice. Now, did you play the same list or did you make any changes?
I didn't play the same list. It was very close though. I cut one Burbank City gym for the Denny. Energy short, the right one.
Yeah, the one that like hits on Yveltals and stuff. All right. Now,
And the reason that I put it in there was, as you said, to hit Yveltal. I was expecting a lot of Yveltal because I was checking out the Utah Pokemon site, and people were, like borrowing cards for Yveltal after I won last weekend. And so I'm like, all right, I want to play the same thing, but I gotta beat this stupid Yveltal. So I decided to just take in the Denny and feel spooky about it.
Well, there you go. So how'd you end up doing a Swiss?
I went. Hold up.
Okay.
I went 403.
403.
Yeah.
Now, did you win 4 games and tied the last 3, or was there like?
Okay, so I started off 3-0. Round 1, I'm up against a Lucario melodic deck. I won't go into that. It's not like a newbie. It was just not a good deck really.
Yeah.
It's round 2. I'm up against a mirror matchup. I think he actually kind of decked me. I think something like that. So the mirror match, and that was like one of the craziest games ever because he had like a dominating game one. Like he just dominated me game one.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to come back with this Darkrai I had on the bench. I'm like, because I was dead drawing and I have a Darkrai on the bench. I'm like, all right, you gotta get your act together, Chris. This Darkrai, it's gonna do you some good. So my opponent has fresh Seismitoad in the active, a Seismitoad with 150 on the bench, and then an Yveltal that's gonna be ready to be powered up. So what I do, turn one, Night Spear for 90 on the active Toad, 30 onto the Yveltal, because I don't want to get rid of this Toad yet. He has his bench fold, and I don't want to see any Jirachi shenanigans, so I keep his bench fold. So 90, 30, and then I do another 90. This time I'm going to do 30 to the Seismitoad. And then at this time I had a Yveltal ready to go, and he ended me to 2, and all I needed was like an energy or something, and I got it. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
Round 3, I'm up against Night March. Pretty easy matchup. And then round 4, I'm up against a Landy Baton. I made a few misplays in that matchup, and that resulted in a tie.
Oh, okay.
Round 5, I'm up against... Oh! Round 5, I'm up against a Seismitoad Slurpuff. This beat me in the finals, so this is kind of hilarious. This is the only guy I've lost to, I think, out of Idaho and Utah states. This is the only guy. Same 60 cards, and I'm just... Okay. But, so I won against him, because there was only one game. Like, and then round 6, I'm up against a TDK. I'm surprised I tied with it. And then last round, I'm up against the Flareon, and we both had one win, and we were offering each other the ID because we thought we'd make cut.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was pretty set on just doing the ID, and then upcome game 3, he was going first, and I'm like, all right, I'll do the ID, and then somehow I squeaked in at 7th seed because I had the highest resistance out of all the 15 pointers.
Did he make it in?
Yeah, he did actually. Oh. We were the only 15 pointers to make it in.
Very nice.
There was like 8 of us, and there was one other 403. That was Calvin Nordberg. Sad face.
Poor Calvin, he can't do good this year. It's okay.
I know. It's okay. He got 4th at nationals. He's got his cup filled.
Alright, so what'd you play against top 8?
Top 8, I'm playing against Don fan deck. Chris Abernathy. He's pretty good. He was playing the same list I played against at Idaho last round.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's Don fan. It's not too hard usually.
That's true. All right, so what happened in top 4?
Top 4, I'm up against the Primal Kyogre, and man, did I think I was gonna lose this one.
Okay, so what happened there?
Okay, I am lucky. I was up against the Primal Kyogre. It was pretty much based off Kevin Baxter's list. They took to whatever states. I don't know which one it was. But it was like Kevin Baxter's list.
Top 4 something, I don't know. So I can't remember.
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
But yeah, I was top 4. I was up against Kevin Baxter's list, and then game 1, I was game 1. He just dead drew the whole time, and yeah, I was able to win that game. Game 2, it goes as planned. He wrecks me. Game 3, I was fortunate enough to I went first, of course, and then I was fortunate enough to get both my Headringers down turn 2 on 2 Kyogres, so that really helped a lot. And then besides that, there was only one thing that really won me that game, and it was an Yveltal with 8 energy, I believe, with a muscle band. You know, get your carry on. You know what's up. And that I barely got that win. I mean, it was 6-0, but this moment he got that Kyogre up, I'm like, I'm done. but he didn't like get a consistent Kyogre up. I mean, once he did one Tidal Storm, I was just like, all right, I'll just Evil Ball you.
It's true. Okay, so now you're in the finals. What's happened there?
Toad Puff, he's playing the Super Scoop Up version, and Oh my heads. Oh my heads. That's all I have to say about that. He too owed me, and rightfully so.
That's okay. At least you got second place
Yeah.
after getting first place.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So was the Dedini clutch at all, or was it like a dead card overall?
It was going to be clutch one game in my top 8 match against Chris Abernathy. He brought up a Halucha and he flying pressed my Caldio because Caldio is a really good attacker against Donphan with a muscle band.
That's true.
Because it one shots your Haluchas, one shots the Donphans, and then so he did the flying press on my Caldio, and he escape roped. I don't know, something like that. He flying pressed my Caldio, and I was gonna bring up the Denny, put a muscle band on it, and energy short for the 80. And since it was the top 8 match, I said entrainment when I meant energy short, and so what happened was I'm like, can I please? And so the judge is like, no, you already said the attack, and I'm like, and of course I had enough energy to do so, and so I'm like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, so I get the baby Yveltal out and stuff, but no, I didn't use it all tournament really, pretty much, because I only ran into one Yveltal in total.
Okay. Now, would you ever cut it to go back to the Verbank, or would you stick to the Dedini?
If I knew I was going to face what I did in Swiss, I'd go back to the Verbank, but I think it was a pretty safe call going for the Denny, because there was a lot of Yveltal there, and it seemed like a lot of the meta decks were going to be running Verbank Stage Gym anyways, so why devote my time to running 2?
When everybody else has already playing them.
So
that gave you, 90 points? So what does that put you at?
That gave me 75 points because I got top 64 at Florida. Yeah, I went to Florida. It's stupid. But I got 15 points from Florida, and I already have my best 4, so I got 75. So that puts me at 517.
Woo! Alright, so are you going to go to States this weekend?
Not this weekend. The closest one's like in New York or something, so...
Okay, so what about next weekend after that?
Next weekend I might hit up New Mexico, that or Portland. I'm not sure which yet.
Okay. Do you want to give me a shout out to anybody or anything?
No.
Alright, I didn't know if it changed or not. Alright, man.
Oh, well, actually, I do want to give out one shout out. Shout out to Nick Conlon for winning Utah States. He's my testing partner, so it was pretty cool to see him in the finals.
Did he play Yveltal, or did he play?
He played Totepuff.
Okay, sweet. Alright. Well, alright, man. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, take care.
Alright.
Alright, bye.